Hello people, today I have something very exciting for you. Oh, by the way, this is Tom, sorry for not introducing me. Recording for Magic Gathering Strat, doing another Pauper playtest, and yeah, today I have something really interesting for you. This deck I have discovered while playing against Phillip, who is actually the graphics manager for, or graphics designer for Magic Gathering Strat, as far as I'm concerned. I don't really remember, but he's involved with Magic Gathering Strike on an administrative level, and we just ran into each other completely by accident while playtesting, and he totally blew me out of the water with this deck. I've never seen something like that, and I was eager to try as soon as possible. I chose to name it Turbo Dog, like a mixture between Turbo Frog and Deck Dog, so Turbo Dog. But anyways, the basic idea of the deck is that you're using the Vampire Hounds and Wild Mongrels, so the dogs in the name. You use those, and then you start discarding these guys, the Eidolons. There's a cycle of 5 Eidolons in Dissension, one of each color. We're using the green and the black, obviously. And these basically are 4 mana 2/2s that you can sack for one of their respective mana colors to do a minor effect. And whenever you cast a multicolored spell, you return them to your hand from your graveyard. So that's the basic idea. You play one of the dogs, you start throwing Eidolons into the dogs, you play a multicolored spell, you get your Eidolons back. Now, the rest of the deck kind of works in tandem with this basic idea. Usually it's just a multicolor card. I'm pretty undercosted beta. It's a very strong card in general. Just in general. Shambling Shell is not only dredges and potentially gives you more Eidolons into your graveyard. It's also a multicolor card that you can, with the dredge ability, you can get back from your graveyard and re-trigger your Eidolons. So that's also something. Grizzly Salvage is a multicolor card that fuels your graveyard while sort of searching for one of the dogs if you need them. The basic problem with the deck is that you're restricted to running lots of multicolor cards, and there are not that many, to be honest, but there are still some to hopefully make that work. He also ran 4 copies of Drown in Filth, and I'm not really in love with this card, but I chose to stick to them for now. The changes I made was I added 1 Crippling Fatigue and 2 copies of Pip Fight. I think he had like Triple Scar and something else I don't really remember. Crippling Fatigue is just sometimes you just need to kill something, and this getting milled into your grave, it's just additional value. I don't think it's necessary, I just kind of like the card. And what he also played, and what I think is very neat, is the Traitor Sludge. This allows you to, in the late game, throw... Oh, it disappeared again. Let's come back, Traitor Sludge. This is embarrassing. So, here, Traitor Sludge. Yeah, this card allows you to, in the late game, if the ball is stalled, to get back a bunch of Eidolons, throw them all into your hound, play like a multicolored spell, get back a bunch of Eidolons, throw it all into one of your hounds, and then Traitor's Clutch out of the graveyard to give a shadow and just one-shot your opponent. He actually did that to me. He attacked me for like 25 at some point. The sideboard's pretty straightforward. We have 1 Mountain, 2 Ancient Grudges to bring against Affinity. We have Scattershot Archer, Unescape 1 and Scar. These 3 are mostly against Delver. This is against many different kinds of decks. These Moments pieces are against the Kiln Fiend deck and stuff like Goblins. Naught to the Bones is basically against anything that tries to kill you with direct damage, and Snuff Out is also against the Kiln Fiend deck mostly. So yeah, it's a very innovative deck. Shoutouts to Phillip, I think it's LordDowney, if I'm not mistaken, on Magic Online. Shoutouts to him for letting me play with this deck. I'm gonna play 1 or 2 playtest matches and see how it goes. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a short while. So here we are for round 1, playing against Mr. What was that? Toucan of lordly might. Okay. That's a mouthful. We are going to play first, of course, and this hand seems okay. It has no Eidolons. It's friendly. It has no Eidolons, but it has a Putrid Leech and a Wild Mongrel, so we can do a little bit of the old beatdowns. Black. Okay. Ooh. There's an Eidolon. Hang on. If I play the Mongrel right now and then discard the Eidolon, I can play the Putrid Leech to get the Eidolon back, so that's more valuable. And you always have to think about value, no? At least as far as I'm concerned. Value is like the most important thing in Magic. Combo, which is sure thing. I don't think he's going to be able to combo witches anything anytime soon. But he's the old Gary, Merchant of Asphodel, mono black control. Not that I can blame him, that deck's pretty awesome. So let's discard the Eidolon, make our Mongrel white, because white dogs is where he's at. Everybody knows that. So, I think we need green mana for that, right? Yeah. Get back the Eidolon, Flame Swamp, and pass. So this matchup, I don't know how this matchup is. This is the first time it's about the first time I ever played this deck. I played 1 or 2 games just to kind of figure out the basic principles of it. But I didn't test it before, so I really don't know. This is just me making a fool of myself by playing a deck that I don't know. But at least the deck's innovative. How do you say this word? I don't know. Yeah, at least it's an innovative deck. And yeah, maybe it appeals to you guys. I always like quirky decks. Quirky decks are the best. So let's just swing. See what he's up to. Now I think we might just play the Eidolon, at least if it doesn't edict us. Because he's going to have edict, right? That's a given. If I think about it closely, it's not, because I don't play edict in my mono black deck. So maybe he doesn't have edict. That might just be the case, but then what does he have? Does he just have rats and nothing else? Okay, I'm fine with witches blocking my Mongrel. Where are you fine with that? So he in response pings the Mongrel? What does he ping? No, he in response pings me. So we in response are going to ping him. That seems like a fine trade-off. Red Mongrel this time. Pompadoot. Hit him. And then get back the old Eidolon. Yes, please. And he's under some serious pressure right now. I mean, that's basically lethal. He has to jump block. He can't just take it. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 altogether. That's a lot of damage. So yeah, Turbo Dog doing fine and dandy. Grizzly Salvage, you say? We could play that right now. What could we? No, let's just attack. We could do that to try and hit the Traitor's Clutch, but I think we don't want to show him too much here. He didn't play a 4th land after drawing a card with his Phyrexian Rager. I think he's in trouble. So he blocks here, we discard the Eidolon. Make a Mongrel black. Oh, we didn't pump. Yeah, we're stupid. Never mind, never mind. So now we are casting Grizzly Salvage, right? Just try to hit something. Not really sure what we're looking for. Oh, more Eidolons. a lot more Eidolons. It's like Eidolon City in here. Huh. Yeah, just as a short disclaimer, before this starts getting real, as I said, I haven't played the deck before, so bear with me. I might make poor choices, as evidenced by what I just did. Not pumping my leech is definitely not the way to go. And also, you often have to very, very aggressively discard your Eidolons. Sometimes even in the cases where you wouldn't think of it, like before you play your first spell, before combat or anything. Okay, so he just scoops. So the old mono black. What do we need against mono black? I don't think we need anything, basically. I didn't really prepare for this matchup, but it seems like we don't really need anything. What's Scar going to do in this matchup? It's going to trigger our Eidolons, but apart from that, not really all that much. But I think triggering Eidolons is still better than just straight nothing, as in crippling fatigue. And Scar at least is going to kill some like Liliana Spectre. Snuffer doesn't do anything. No to the bone is interesting, but I don't think that we should be in a position where we do need Null to the bone. I mean, he does have Corrupt and Garys, but if he's at a point where he can cast Corrupts and Garys, then we're doing pretty poorly already. Ancient Grudge doesn't do anything. Yeah, I think there's only really an argument for Null to the bone. Maybe Scattershot Archer if he plays Gate Wardens, if he plays Liliana Spectres. No, I think I'm gonna leave it like this. There's no need of changing too much. I mean, the whole deck is basically a well-oiled machine, and you don't want to rip out specific cogs. C-O-G-S, not. Yeah. Never mind. This hand seems reasonable. It doesn't have a dog, but it has a Putrid Leech and some Grizzly Savages. It seems slow. Oh, you already mulligan to 5, and yeah, seems at least decent. I mean, Putrid Leech is just a beating, right? Second Putrid Leech. We could definitely use that. Go for the old leech. Boom. All these leeches. Edict. Nope, Sign and Blood. Sign and Blood is decent. Deadweight. So we can pump this, but this doesn't really do anything. So let's just get over it. Yeah, Deadweight and Deadweight is pretty strong against the deck because it kind of deals with all of our threats. Because we can pump them, but at the end of turn they still die, or at the beginning of our turn they'll die of being 0/0s and we don't get to react. So yeah, Deadweight is definitely the way to go against this deck. If you want to know how to go against the deck that nobody else but me and Phillip are currently playing. If he's even still playing it, he might have given up on it. And now it could be just wasting my time. But I love quirky decks, I can't help it. Oh, this is interesting. We're gonna get rid of a useless card basically. Or we get to basically put an Eidolon on top and then Grizzly salvage it away. We have to stop on the Rockkeep, right? Okay, that's good. Yeah, Trixie Dexes. So we get to get rid of this Eidolon, which is going to get recurred at some point anyways. And I think we're just gonna take the land. Yeah, we could take a land or an Eidolon, but as I said, the Eidolon's coming back at some point anyways. Not the best Grizzly salvage. So let's draw a card. It's another Guildgate, and we just smack him. We even smack him for 4 if he lets us. Boom. and go. Next time we can cast Grizzly Salvage into something, maybe into a mongrel. We could do that. We could also draw land and then Grizzly Salvage into a vampire hunt. Oh no, not the oubliette. Anything but not the oubliette. Oh god, this is just terrible. I love this card. Oubliette is such great tech for the Gary deck. I started with 1, went up to 3, like after 2 games. Now I think I'm back down to 2, but I'm thinking about putting in the 3rd one again. This card is just so good. Takes care of anything. Gives you the potential for huge Gary action. So yeah, we're just gonna Grizzly Salvage into a threat, hopefully. A threat in this case being a Shambling Shell. Yeah, sure, why not? It's at least something. We could also have just taken a land, I think, and then go down the grindy route. I think I want to cast Shambling Shell here. Recur the Verdant Eidolon. Yeah, at some point, see these controllish decks. At some point, you can just throw down Eidolons and let them deal with them over and over again. But I think this is not a winning proposition if you want to do that. Tries to oubliette a Shambling Shell, but we can just sack it. But that doesn't really change anything because his oubliette is still going to stick around and fuel his Garys. So yeah, I think there's some serious Gary action coming up. I don't think we want to dredge the shell. I'd much rather just play the I was about to say I'd much rather just play the Eidolon, but now that I have this mongrel available, I might just play that. Yeah, sure. Deck is called Turbo Dog after all. We can't play without our dogs. The 3rd oubliette coming up. Devour Flesh. Jeez. Okay. Oh, we could have discarded the Eidolons to get more life, but meh. Chittering Rats. Okay, now this is starting to get annoying. I think now we just have to throw down an Eidolon next turn. Or we could... oh no, now we can dredge away our Eidolon. That's pretty sweet. We dredged away an Eidolon and a land, I think. Oh, and 2 lands. We stretch 3. So yeah, let's just cast the Entropic Eidolon. An Eidolon of the Entropic variety. Yeah, this thing looks sweet. Looks like way stronger than Ashes, and there he is. Gary, the old merchant of Asphodel. Doing his thing. Killing us. That card is bonkers. What? In case any of you guys play EDH, yeah, Gary is just beyond bonkers insane in EDH. When you can recur him in any possible way. Yeah, this card is just bonkers in all the formats. I want to play him in Modern and in Legacy and even Vintage. This card is just bonkers. It's by far the best card out of Theros. So you're gonna go down to 2. And oh my, he has it all. He has it all. Even gets rid of a graveyard. Yeah, this game is pretty harsh. So let's just cast Mongrel. Let's see. He's at 24. That's a lot of life. So let's just cast Mongrel. And then I think just block. And if he doesn't do anything, I think I'm gonna sack my Eidolon and then just cast Shambling Shell to get them both back. Yeah, that sounds reasonable. Maybe I should cast Eidolons more aggressively against Edict effects, because this deck seems somewhat susceptible to Edict effects. I also thought about Aiken Harvest. No, okay. I just thought that was another Gary. So now we could sack the Eidolon, and then next turn cast Shambling Shell, get it back, and if I draw land I can replay it. That doesn't seem that great though. No, I think I'm just gonna keep it up for now. Okay, now things start to change. I think I'm just gonna slam with this mongrel here, because he can't really block it. I mean, he can try, but then I can discard this, maybe even this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get a good deal out of this anyway, so let's just do that. And if I can get rid of this Gary, then at some point the Eidolons are gonna trade for actual cards. Sorry, Alt tapped. Gotta get window back. I don't know what this means. I don't know what this means. I'm not even gonna ask. But I'm gonna pause the video for now. See if this means that he's gonna take some. That is gonna take some time. Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, smack with the old mongrel. I don't think he's going to block. I think he sees the feint we're trying to set up here. Yeah, so just discard this Eidolon, make a mongrel blue, and cast leech. No, cast leech. I said the leech. The leech. Now I could sack this Eidolon and cast Shambling Shell to get it back. That sounds okay. Ooh. But then I should have done that before I cast Leech. Yeah, see? I told you I'm not... I am going to make a lot of mistakes playing this deck. I told you that. I warned you, but you didn't want to listen. Oh, he's gonna smack with everything. That's interesting. So we block and block. There's no way for us to get rid of Gary, right? No, we can pump it. Yeah, maybe this attack was just bad. Yeah, it's possible that this attack was just terrible. Because now we're gonna trade 2 cards away. Go to 1. Where's my graveyard gone? Oh, here. This is weird. I've never really played a deck like this. So yeah. But I'm gonna dredge the Shambling Shell now and get another Eidolon. And now I'm just gonna go to town on him with this mongrel. Ooh. And cast a Shambling Shell. Get back all the Eidolons. Yes. 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 And Shambling Shell. Okay. So now he can attack, but I'm just gonna block and put a counter on my mongrel. I think this is okay. Yeah, I think this is okay still. Ooh. Now am I gonna re-dredge my Shambling Shell? Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 9 damage currently. I think it might be safer to just play an Eidolon right now. And in this case we don't really want to draw the Shambling Shell. Huh. Yeah, we can always draw the Shambling Shell. Let's just see what we draw. Cancel this. Drowning Filth. For 1. Okay. Not the best. So I'm gonna just smack him with the old mongrel. Oh, 3 and cast one of my Eidolons. Yes, Rager. This is a nice target for Drowning Filth. Yeah, I'm probably playing this deck absolutely terribly because I just did 2 different lines without really knowing which one is best. I'm confused. This deck is confusing. Phillip, please build less confusing decks. Let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 with this activation, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think we can kill him next turn. Yeah, I think we can kill him this turn. We just do this at the end of turn. Right. And then during our upkeep, discard this. If he has an edict, this is going to end up terribly, but let's assume that he doesn't have an edict. Then we dredge the Shambling Shell, then we cast the Shambling Shell, get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Eidolons back. Yeah, this is actually lethal. Huh. Yes, 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 and boom. So we are going to discard this Traitor's Clutch. Let's keep it white. Then we're going to Traitor's Clutch this Mongrel, turning it into 7, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, and scoop. Alright, so we took down the Black Magician with Turbo Lock. This deck is awesome. So yeah, I gotta do another game or another match. So see you guys in just a second. So back for match number 2 against 60s, 70s fashion icon Twiggy. I don't really know where Twiggy was famous. I just know the name, and I know that we're going to mulligan this hand, and I know that we're going to mulligan this hand as well, and this hand is okay. So we have a hound. That's at least something. And now we have a leech, and now we just need a swamp. If we get a swamp, this hand is decent. If we don't, we're gonna go down and we draw the swamp like a true champion. This is how you do it, boys. Just draw the swamp. Just reach to the top of your deck and draw the swamp. This is how it's done. And he's red-green. Red-green with brown scale. I don't know what's going on. But the new Pauper metagame is kinda weird. But I like it. I like weird decks. I like playing against weird decks. I like playing with weird decks. I don't like standard stuff. I don't like stagnation. Stagnation makes you stop thinking. And another brown scale. Brown scales all over the place. No, a Moldavine cloak. Jeez. This is a mighty big brown scale. And he's even hitting with it. Okay, so we're gonna just take 5. Let's see, it's a 5/6. So if we discard 2 creatures to our Vampire Hound, we can pip fight it. But we don't have 2 creatures. Curses. If we drown and filth it right now, and then get it to a reasonably low stat that it, yeah, that should work, I think. Let's drown and filth it right now. We hit exactly 2 lands, which is sweet. So now we can pit fight this and this. And we have an Eidolon in our graveyard, so the Eidolon is going to trigger, and we can then discard the Eidolon so that it would win the pip fight, and then pay the 2 life and F6 and smack him for 8. And is he going to get back his brown scale? I don't think he wants to. What is he going to do? Geist Flame. So it's like a red-green graveyardy kind of deck. Well, he has another brown scale, but what does that even do? It's not going to trade for any of our guys. We draw more Vampire Hounds. Okay, so smack smack. And he's gonna not block anything, so he just dies. Okay. Fine for me. Fine and dandy. Boom! The Hounds did it again. So green, red, graveyardy kind of deck. What do we want against this? I don't think we want Scar. I haven't seen anything that would be worth scarring, but I haven't seen a lot of his deck anyway, so I might just be wrong. I think I prefer Snuff Out for now, at least. Artifact removal seems terrible. He doesn't have any flyers. Gnaw to the Bone. I don't know if he's that aggressive. Oh yeah, I remember now. Phillip had the Gnaw to the Bones in the main board, so that's what I took out for like fatigue and pit fights, I think. We could ball out the fatigue, but I like it. I think it's a fine card. I'm just not sure if he needs scars, but we shall see. This might be horribly wrong. And this hand seems not terrible. Yeah, we only have 1 hound, but we're on the draw, so yeah, nice. We can always draw a 2-drop creature, or a 3-drop creature, sure. Really wondering what his deck is all about. He probably has werebears. Why would he build a deck like this without using werebears? That just seems silly. That's his turn, right? Yeah. For a short second I was afraid that, yeah, but we are going to release the hounds. Yes, yes. Sorry for that. The old F1. So yeah, after releasing the hounds, we're in a better position because hounds are awesome, guarding your stuff. Yeah. So what is he? Proud scale. Hounds versus lizard, never a fair fight. Sorry for that. Got over passionate. So what's the best play here? Just play another hound, or does this get like Shambling Shell to our 1 hound? I think we want to start dredging at some point, so we might just do it right now. Discard this Shambling Shell, and then dredge this Shambling Shell, and hit no goodies, no Eidolons at least. So now we can attack, and then probably play another hound, because 4 hounds are better than 2 hounds. Oh, he just blocks. Okay, I'm fine with that. So more hounds. Yeah, more hounds. Hounds are always nice. How's this? Are we getting bolted? So this took 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we just discard the Shambling Shell, it survives, right? Yeah. So we do that. And have more hounds. Yeah, he's in trouble. How could you fight off 4 hounds and just look at them? They're nasty hounds. They're not these like poochy little carpets that lie around in your house. they're out for your blood. It's the vampire hounds. This is like the ultimate synthesis of Twilight characters, like vampires and wolves or stuff. Okay, so we got back a shambling shell and milled a salvage legion of the shambling shell. So we can now safely attack. Unfortunately, we're not currently milling a lot of eidolons, which is a bummer. I would love to mill some eidolons. And we're not really advancing our board state like this. But we have 4 hounds out, excuse me. 2 pairs of hounds. So that has to count for something. And I don't really know what he's all about. He's all about his brown scales, which is kind of lame. I mean, look at this thing. This thing. What is this even? It's like a bus. It's like a lizard bus. So yeah, everybody get on board the lizard bus. But watch out, there is hounds around tonight. So he faithless lootings for, oh, he has tons of graveyard stuff. He has greater moss dogs and chatters, sprout swarm even, which is not graveyardy but still a good card. Bolts. This deck is interesting. Like Brew, Dredge or something like that. So yeah, let's get back a shambling shell and finally mill some eidolons. No eidolons. No eidolons for us. So we have several options. We could again go through this whole discard this to the guy he blocks with this, and then just repeat the whole process. I think this is alright. I mean, we could also just discard this shambling right now and pip fight and deal him like 6 because we have more removal spells. Yeah, I think maybe we're better off doing this. Maybe we should have done this the turn before, but I think back then he had mana up. So this could have been blowouts, but now he doesn't, so we just hit him. All level 6. And he's gonna get back brown scale because that's all he's ever doing. Everything he ever wants to do is getting back brown scales. And playing brown scales. He really likes his brown scales. Mr. Twiggy or Mrs. Twiggy liking her brown scales. And still no eidolons, Jesus. We're playing 8 of them. How unlogical is that? I think the throwing away pip fights is not really a winning proposition. I made up my mind. I'm gonna stop doing that. I'm just gonna go back to the old trade our draw step for his draw step, and yeah, all that kind of stuff. We have another 2 shambling shells in the graveyard, so if he doesn't try to kill a vampire hounds or block them, we're just gonna cast another shambling shell. I think what he wants to do is get this where is it? This Moldavine cloak going, but alas, your plans have been snuffed. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. And by I'm very sorry I mean I'm not sorry whatsoever. And he scoops. Oh yeah, Turbo Dog doing it. This deck is awesome. So let's see. So the recording is only 39 minutes, so we might do another match, but we won't because people like shorter videos apparently. So yeah, this was Dom for Magic Gathering Strat with a new sweet brew, and we managed to beat both of our opponents. So maybe Phillip, you're onto something with this deck. I like it a ton. It's innovative. It has 8, 12 dogs main board, or hounds, or whatever. So yeah, it's really, it's a sweet deck. It's a sweet idea. I like sweet ideas. So I'm definitely pro this deck. So that was it, guys. If you have any comments, any suggestions, especially new deck suggestions are always helpful, because there's no way that either me or the original creator of this deck thought of everything that is possible in this deck. So yeah, if you have suggestions, I have a suggestion for you. Build the deck, try it out, tell me how it went, and tell me what you found out, what your new sweet tech is, and I will see if I can make room for it. The sideboard is still very raw, but yeah, this was Dom for Magic Gathering Strat with Turbo Dog by Phillip, aka LordDowney on Magic Online. And thank you very much for watching. See you guys soon.